And Corlett joins us, Douglas Central MHK, Year 2 report. Last time round, we were very late because of whatever, but I did say at the time you're the quiet one.
Yeah.
I said we don't do a lot of media, and this is still not your cup of tea, is it?
No, it's what you're doing, not what you're saying.
Okay, well, this is our opportunity. We've got you here for a good 10 minutes. What has been going on over the last year? Summarise what you're proud of, maybe, to start with, yeah? What have you done?
Well, education-wise, I'm really pleased that we've got preschool sorted out for 15 hours across the board, which is great. I like the fairness of that. I'm really pleased with the St Thomas's move, because I feel that's not been acted on when it should have been. And now we've actually...
proud of it because of what?
To actually do it, to actually move the school, to,
yes.
you know, and I think we've done exactly the right thing.
There was a bit of, well, there's always going to be something, but overall, do you think, yeah, most people were for it, and that's the case? Yeah,
it made sense. You know, you had a school under capacity, one that's not fit for purpose. Mm-hmm. Why would you not combine the two?
Okay. What else?
Health-wise, I think we're moving forward with. For me, particularly, a particular interest has been autism. I've had quite a lot of people contact me, autism provision, and we're establishing a pathway. So that's a positive. Generally, I'm really pleased with the abortion bill. That that's gone as far as it is, and we're almost at the end of that. And domestic violence is something I absolutely want to see the legislation go through. Last
year you put a lot on the rates issue. Where are we up to on that? Because I must admit I can't remember how far we've got.
You know, we've got a commitment.
A commitment?
Chris Thomas,
you had a commitment, I think, on your last interview with us.
He came back in the June Tynwald and gave a statement, reassurance of his commitment to do this, and said he will update us with progress in October. So let's wait and see.
Just remind us what you want. You want an all-round, right? Is it? You want more a fairer system in a sense.
It's a silly system, and it's becoming more apparent now with the water and sewage rate, because that's actually more, there's more on the water and sewage than there is on the property rate now. Mm-hmm. But it's based on the value of your property, which it's an archaic value. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm just looking for something fairer across the board.
Of course, the Douglas non-criminal MHKs will no doubt probably go with you. But it's the ones on the out of town who aren't paying, and I think how are you going to get them?
I see it's perceived as the local rate for local services.
But how will you ever get them on side? I mean, is it something that's impossible to get through because of that?
Possibly.
No one's going to vote for higher rates.
No, of course they're not. But actually, they are coming up to a similar level wherever you are. And I do think, it doesn't matter if you're up in Bride and there's not a lot of services. You're still going to use services in Douglas or in Ramsey so why shouldn't you contribute to them?
Okay. So, how are you finding it? Let's do the two departments, because the children's side of things, you're very passionate, you love that, and in fact the health one. So you've got two departments you really like. Yeah. How's it gone there?
Do you know what? It's really positive. There's so many links between the two departments and so much collaboration that is going on and can continue to go on. And I think a political member in both camps is actually very positive.
Well, it was all go and change in health this time, last time. How are you working out with David Ashford?
Good. I mean, we haven't changed direction. We're still on the direction that we started on, and that's basically to save money and streamline the services.
Still overspending, as we record this in September.
Yeah.
In comes information that overspends on again.
The other divisions themselves are all coming in on or under budget. It's Nobles where the overspend is. And that's a demand-led service, isn't it? It's really hard, and there are efficiencies that can be made there.
And we're getting the headlines again about how much they're paying for consultants. You must be in the inside of this tent to know this information. Why is it taking so long for a question to be asked to get it into the public domain?
Because we can't ask it ourselves. So
isn't that quite frustrating?
It is sometimes, and that is one of the reasons that I'm quite quiet question time, because I have the two departments where I would be asking questions, but the trade-off for that is that you can ask from within the department, and there you've got so much more leverage.
So consultants will be looked at, you think?
Absolutely.
And it's already under. I mean,
it's underway.
So this question just raised it to the floor.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a good time, and the public need to know. Yeah. So and perhaps health ought to be a little bit more. All departments ought to be a little bit more open with information, but then it's gauging what information people would like to know and what they wouldn't.
Well, we have freedom of information, although it's interesting how that's working, because I've been trying it myself. It's you've got to get the questions exactly tailored to get the answer you want, otherwise it won't quite come out,
No, you won't get the answer you were looking for.
Okay, so that's health side. Anything else you want to see moving on this next year?
I want to see the domestic abuse legislation go through. I'm really pleased that they are splitting it into a separate bill in itself rather than tagging it onto something else. But I don't believe that legislation is the be-all and end-all. It's absolutely fundamental, but it needs services to run alongside that, a pathway, and there is something of a pathway sort of set out, but it needs reviewing, and it needs funding. And without funding, it's on a road to nowhere.
So how do you work as a real team, MHKs, and the people below you now? Is it all sort of, because we still hear the problems up at the hospital. I mean, it just seems to be the number one issue, because it's on everyone, isn't it? Let's face it, the hospital is what people have.
It's the only place we have to go, isn't it, when we need hospital care. So we have to have confidence in it. 10,000
million great stories and one bad one. It's always the one bad one that will cause that anxiety.
And there are an awful lot of good ones.
Yes.
There's a lot of good stuff going on. It's slow. But
you said that last year. Everybody said that. Yeah. And that's something. How do you tackle that? Or is it impossible?
Have to keep pushing. You just have to keep pushing. Until you get sick of hearing yourself saying the same thing. But you've just got to keep.
I mean, you've got two really, as you said at the beginning, really hot potatoes, or whatever. They're very certainly high profile.
Yeah, because they're the things that matter to us, aren't they? A good health service and a good education service are absolutely fundamental to society.
So this coming year, other things you got on your, you really want to go for?
I would like to. I'm thinking about introducing some Good Samaritan legislation. I'd have to do through a private member's bill. It's only short, but my motivation for that was. Red Cross and St John's are providing a lot of free first aid courses, and when you go around the streets now, there's lots of defibrillators, and and I just want to give people confidence to use those skills. We have no legislation. There is in the UK, that just protects you a little bit. If you act in good faith, and something goes wrong, your actions have to be taken into consideration why you did that.
Well, your actions had to be taken into consideration last year with Meals on Wheels, which was going through at the time when we talked to you. How's that all settled down? Did it go away, the problem? I mean, because we were just talking about you were paying X amount to the people for £1.20 a meal or something. And I'm just, how did that find itself in the end? What happened?
Certainly nothing's flared up.
You got a new supplier in, did you?
Well, people have organised their own.
Right.
The department helped direct people and still do direct people as to where they can get it.
So the first sector have got it completely, have they?
No, it's private.
Private. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So someone's making it their business,
yeah.
right? And everything's working.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to change departments yet? I mean, I know you just said there, but okay, you know what I'm going to ask next. Do you fancy stepping up to the plate at some point? Or you just too. I mean, I think you're more of a doer than a thing. Would you agree with me on that?
Yeah. I just, get your sleeves rolled up, get in, see what you can achieve.
How are you finding it in there? I mean, and do you get on together? In your for constituency work, you getting?
I don't have enough time for it.
Constituency work.
Really,
okay.
With everything else, it is hard to fit that in.
And how did you break it down with PAG? Did you do that?
I did, but I said it's really hard to define actually what constituency work comprises of, because it's not only my own constituents, it's other members bring things from health or education to me, and so you're dealing with other members' constituents.
So how did you break it down?
I came down to, I think, 25%.
So tell me, you just haven't got time for it, and then how do you make it better, or can you not make it better?
You can't, you've just got to keep allotting time to it. So most of it is weekends or evenings, really, that you can get time to do it. And then you have to
just when your phone rings.
You have to sort of do what you can at the weekend or the evening, talk to constituents then, and try and help the problem in the week when you can get hold of somebody to. And
there's two of you in the area, so do you work together or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
We get on really well. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. I think we kind of balance each other out.
Right.
Chris is very more for the policy,
Yeah.
Well,
You're
whereas
both, I can both see you looking through legislation all day long, because you said that last time that you were into that. A year later, are you still reading all the documents that arrive?
No, I'm actually not. So some things I'm saying, actually, do you know what? I don't. If I get time, I'll look
Otherwise,
at that,
it's
but I don't
summary
need
on the
to
front
know
page,
that
is
now.
it?
No, I look, or if it's something I'm particularly interested in, I make sure I read it. But there just isn't enough time to read everything. And so much comes across your desk, and things get sent through email all the time.
How are you finding being an MHK then?
I love it. I love it.
That's good. Year 2 in, you know, because you're. Would you say now this is it? You are at your peak because you're 2 years in. Elections are still way ahead. This is when you can give it your all. This next year, in particular, I suppose.
Yeah. Elections. I'm not even thinking about.
No.
You're given 5 years. Do what you can and be accountable at the end of it. That's it. If people don't think you've done enough, fine.
And how's your relationship with government, with Howard, and sort of thing?
Yeah, fine. Everyone gets on really quite well. I think there's been a little bit of disconnect between members as they've got into departments and into their own jobs. We were meeting on a kind of a regular basis, so perhaps we can start that again. Yeah, and I think we need to keep that, because collaboration is. You need to know what other people think, and you need their buy-in on the things you want to do.
So is your day meetings? You were late arriving here today because of a meeting. But is it quite tough? I mean, for people out there thinking, gosh, she's so quiet, she's not doing anything. It's not. It's the opposite. It's just
look, I'm doing my best, and I can justify what I'm doing to myself. And absolutely, you still have to justify that to other people. But you know me, I'm not really the media. Kind of.
Well, and you said there should be more communication, getting the message across. Do you think that's happened over the last year? Because there's more people joining the department, isn't there, for communications and the thing. I mean,
I think perhaps we're a little bit better than this year's been better for communication than last year. There was some disasters last year, wasn't there? Yeah. This year has been better. So, but I'm still not sure that we get the right information out there. We're usually on the back foot. Why do we do that?
One thing I can say, you're very, very honest and transparent, which I think is amazingly good and refreshing, because people can watch this. It's the only place they can see your eyes. I think if I asked you, it's black, you'd say it's black, or it's white. And do you feel is that hard though, in being a politician, that you have to sometimes not say everything? You have to try and hold it back.
Well, there are some things that have to be kept confidential, don't they? But mostly, no. If you ask me something, I'll give you the answer.
Has it got into trouble?
No.
You haven't had any.
And anyway, I'd stand up for myself. No.
Fine. Well, I won't over prolong this, because we've done about 30 minutes, which is fine. Let's score you this year, and you kind of, I think we ended up about 7, but you were giving for effort was 9 and something.
Yeah.
So we ended up at a safe 7. But how do you rate yourself this year?
I'd go the same. Effort is still, honestly, I am putting the effort in.
Yeah.
But you've got to wait for that to come to fruition, haven't you? So yeah. I'm going to stay at 7.
Good. Okay. And the government, how do you think they? I mean, 1 score out of 10, of course. I know there's so many different factors, but you just overall.
I'm still going to go 7, 8 for that too, because
7.5. We're doing halves this year if you want.
No, because I don't want to go down from what I.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we've gone backwards.
And is there potential? Do you see ever hitting 9s and 10? Even not 10. Who knows?
Well, why would not we aspire to that?
You aspire to it, yeah. But likely.
That's the aim, isn't it? That's where we want to get.
Fine.
So. Yeah, it's possible.
I was going to say see you next year, but I'd like to interview you between then, or more often.
Good.
Okay, is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay,
My
otherwise,
pleasure.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.